The Jamie Dyer Show.
My name's Jamie Dyer, and in this episode, I talk to locally based medium clairvoyant Geraldine Swain about what she does and how she got into it, and many other things as well. Now, last week, I had the fortune of meeting Geraldine face to face at the Syrup Cafe in Bognor Regis. Now, I would like to warn some listeners that occasionally the noise overdid us a little bit, but is still audible. So sat with Geraldine, the first thing that I asked her was medium clairvoyant. How would she describe this?
Right, well, as a medium, I work with the spirit world, and that's the term, what a medium does is connect with the spirit world, which means I connect with the energies in the spirit realm. Usually that is people who've passed on through the family members as a rule, can be friends, and I connect, give information from them. The medium, the clairvoyant part, I can explain, is clairvoyance means clear seeing, so doesn't mean telling the future, doesn't mean we can answer any question out of thin air, because I work with spirit, so I am linked to an outside force. The general term clairvoyance doesn't mean that, because it can mean other things. People can use it and not call themselves medium.
Yeah, so how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing it probably all my life, but that was unconsciously, obviously as a child. But, you know, children are very psychic, so up to the age of 7 we're all quite linked to spirit and psychic. But, you know, as a conscious adult, I've been doing it for about 25 years.
How did you train for it?
Well, obviously, I'm sure there are people out there who don't train, although I wouldn't recommend that, because we can be naturally psychic, and many people are aware of that. Some people are not aware, but are still psychic. But because I work in a specific way, I also work through the spiritualist churches, which is a recognised religion in this country, and mediums in the spiritualist churches work in public on the platform giving messages, and I do that as well. I trained through a spiritualist church in London about 23 years ago, something like that. And you sit in a group circle. You have a leader or teacher who is a medium, and you sit in a group, and these circles go on all over, mostly through the spiritualist church. Some people do it at home, and I trained with a group in North London, in Hornsey, with the North London Spiritualist Church. That's how I developed over a number of years. And when I felt ready, the reason we train as a group and within a sort of protected environment is because it's necessary, really. I don't recommend people do it on their own, because we work with guides, we work with spirit guides, we learn how to communicate with those guides, and we meditate, and we learn to link into spirit. But you need help with that, you know, you need someone experienced as a medium. So that's how I basically started. I was doing tarot readings before that, but I don't do that now.
How do you offer this service? How is it available?
It's available, I have a website, www.jerryswain.co.uk, which you can find on the internet. I also advertise via Facebook. I have 3 pages actually on Facebook. My own personal page, a medium healer page. I trained also as a healer through the church as well. And I have a page because I sing as a vocalist, so I combine that with my mediumship. And I have an ad which I place throughout Bognor, selling sites actually, you know, Bognor, Chichester, Littlehampton, for sale sites. So I use a little piece of artwork with information, so people can see that on Facebook.
So if somebody was interested in your service, what do you offer?
I offer an hour, a one-to-one private reading, where I will sit with that person like I am now, and they don't tell me anything for half an hour of that time. I just link in and I explain to them what I'm doing. I link in and then I will give them a message or descriptions of their loved ones generally, what they look like, how tall or large or small they were. I pick up on the energy of the person, so whether they were quiet or reserved or noisy and happy, sad, all those emotional aspects. Sometimes we get memories, descriptions, names. I give names of people. Basically, it's called proof of survival or evidence of me working with the spirit realm. When I'm in a church, which is a different thing to a one-to-one reading, but it's called, through the spiritualist church, they call it proof of survival of the spirit, which is what you're proving in a spiritual centre or church. So, and then after half an hour I will stop and ask them if they have any questions, because I like people to ask, because I don't want them to go away without doing that. I do say to them, I can't guarantee answers, because as I said, I'm not a fortune teller. I'm not the traditional word clairvoyance can bring up different ideas to different people, and they think maybe you're a fortune teller or mind reader, or I'm none of those things. I am a medium clairvoyant.
Do you find you get a lot of custom locally?
Yes, lately I've been, because I'm on Facebook and it's quite a busy thing. The selling sites are. It's quite unusual to see my such an advert on there. They're usually selling a car or a piece of furniture or something, but we are allowed to do that. And there are other pages that I find more group aspects that are more interested in my kind of work. I work also at spirit fairs, doing one-to-one readings. Yes, I am doing I could be doing 3 or 4 a week if I wanted. I don't do it every day. I've got quite a busy life apart from this. But I think a minimum of 3 or 4 for me is enough, because it's quite demanding and quite tiring. Some people, I must say, are easier to work with than others. Some people are more tuned in, if you like, more able, more receptive. Some people can be sceptical and difficult, and that makes it harder because it's a very subtle energy we work with.
You mentioned there about a few questions back about singing.
Oh yeah.
This is another thing that you do?
I do, yeah. That's my hobby really, my own personal. I sing in 2 jazz bands, and one is my own band of 5 people. I sing in public and try to get some gigs organised, and I sing in a workshop every week with a jazz group with about 10 musicians. But that's because I love singing.
It's quite a difference.
Yeah, it's extremely different. But I think for me that's healthy, because if I was walking around completely connected to the spirit world, I'd probably be in a loony bin by now. So, it's not something you want to be doing all the time. You need to have breaks from it. You need to keep grounded, because it's energetically you are in another dimension. So you have to keep your feet on the ground. I do a lot of things like Tai Chi, yoga, Pilates, which keeps me I walk a lot. So I'm very connected to Mother Earth.
Yeah.
And you have to be in order to do that work, because, it's not good, as I said. So singing is my balance for me, to keep myself balanced, and I enjoy it. I love doing that.
The Jamie Dyer Show.